Hey, happy Tuesday morning, Cyclone fanatics. Chris Williams here at Mr. B's, 1995 Northwest 86th Street, and just gorgeous Clive, Iowa. I'm joined always by Tim Sitzmann. The place looks outstanding, Tim.
It's good to have you here, Chris. And, you know, we're turned over to spring.
Yep.
I bet you noticed when you came in, we got a fresh coat of paint on some of the
Yeah,
walls.
it's outstanding.
We're ready to go. And look, we did our spring cleaning. We're getting new clothes all the time. It's nice of you to recognize it. And he even said so as he walked in. He said, the place looks great. That means we got something for you. Come in and see us.
Yeah, it does. I mean, remodeled.
Absolutely.
I mean, it's like a whole new Mr. B with the same great staff walking around.
We'd be happy to entertain them.
All right. Well, we're looking forward to it. Again, that's 1995 Northwest 86th Street in Clive. You can't miss it.
Let's shoot out our phone number. I'll bet they don't even know it.
That's
276-8589, and we're on. There's a webpage at MrB.com. You can find us anywhere. Give us a shout.
What's that phone number one more time?
276-8589.
All right, Tim, we're looking for a big game tonight. I don't know how big it is. I mean,
Well,
Iowa State's 1-11, so I don't know if you can call anything a big game. But they're playing a top 5 basketball team in Texas. Cyclones, not winning games, but they're playing hard. And there has been significant reason to be excited about the future when you look at the 3 freshman post players and what they're doing. But I thought today you and I could kind of just take these last 4 games and pick what's going to happen the rest of the season.
Absolutely. I think it's a good idea. And I watched a game they play. They give it all. We've talked about this several times on this show that the effort that Coach Hoiberg has got out of those players is what you want to see as a coach and as a fan. I mean, I think I tend to reiterate that all along is that we need to be good fans and understand the game. Try to take in the game and understand it. And they're giving a lot. You know, I don't know any of you that play basketball, but in the fourth quarter, your legs are a little tired, and you've been running and trying to guard a guard that's maybe a step quicker, maybe a couple inches bigger. Fourth quarter time, those last 3-4 minutes are tough.
Then it affects everything. It affects your jump shot, it affects defense. It's tough.
Then you're falling, you're reaching, you're not moving your legs, and it's tough.
Fred Hoiberg right now is basically playing with 6 guys. Jamie Vanderbeeken out of the lineup.
Yes, he is.
I'm not disrespecting Eric McKnight, but he's not a factor. It's been tough. But we'll start with tonight. I don't want to speak for you, Tim, but I don't think either one of us probably predict a victory against Texas.
No, I would go out on a limb and say that's probably not going to happen. Now, there's some things I might pick down the road where we could catch a guy, catch a team or two. But I think tonight Texas is going to handle them fairly. I think it'll be a pretty good game for a half, maybe a little bit into the third quarter, but then after that it's all Texas. Maybe a 10, 12-point game.
Iowa State doesn't get blown out much. I'm going to predict, I'm just like you, less than 15.
Yeah, it's
Texas doesn't blow them out tonight. Clones keep it competitive, do what they do. Deontay, I think, bounces back. We'll get 20-25 from Deontay tonight.
He's playing well.
Yeah,
that's right.
But I don't think any chance of a road win tonight. Nebraska, an intriguing team now on the NCAA tournament bubble. They're 6-6 in the league, and they come to Hilton Coliseum on Saturday. I'll call it right now. Iowa State wins this game because I said this on Saturday and my Monday musings as well. Nebraska loses their next 4 games. I'm going to stick with that prediction.
Well,
it's bold. I'm going to stick with it though.
After their big upset win over Texas, I think they've got a lot of enthusiasm, a lot of pride. But I still think that we're able now to get that home court advantage back in our favor. I think the kids have played so hard. I don't always want to just stick on Chris's side here, but I think that as you look at the next 4 games, the best shot at a victory for Iowa State is probably that Nebraska game.
Yep, and I think Jamie Vanderbeeken's back for that game, and I think much like you saw with Calvin Godfrey when he came back from his suspension, maybe he's coming off of an injury, but some fresh legs. I think I'm anticipating a big game from Jamie Vanderbeeken on Saturday.
I hope he's healthy. It's hard to come back from those injuries and be 100%, but I think 80% of him will certainly help him and give him an opportunity to beat Nebraska. I called it in a close one, maybe 3-point Cyclones.
They need his big body, that's for sure, because that's what the Huskers like to do. The following Wednesday, I believe it might be Tuesday, don't quote me on that, but Colorado comes to town.
Right.
You go ahead and make your pick, and then I'll go with it.
I wasn't going to do this. I kind of changed my mind in this conversation. I think we win 2 in a row.
Wow.
I think we get Colorado and a squeaker again. I don't see our team able to blow anybody out unless we get really hot from the 3-point line. They have big guards, as we talked off camera before, that it's pretty hard to shoot over from the outside when they're guarding you. But I think we're going to be on a fast break pace. I think we can get them in the last minute and win that game. Win 2 out of the last 4. I'm not saying anything about Kansas State till we get it, but 2 out of the last 4 is where I got it.
That's a bad road team, is Colorado, so that's a good pick there, Tim. I'm gonna go the opposite of you. I think it's a bad matchup. There's not just one big guard like a Mike Singletary. Colorado has 2. Down low, here's the one wrinkle that I'll put in there. Iowa State's emergence of these front court players.
Front court players look good.
Yeah, I mean, if they keep that up, if the next 2 games they play the way they have been, I'll probably jump on over there because Colorado's really bad down low. I mean, they're bad down low.
That's where I think we can get them, especially at home. And I think if we get the inside-outside game going, get the big guys playing like they are, it's close again. I don't see a blowout, but I think we got a chance of winning 2 in a row.
Okay, I'm going to take Colorado I'm talking like a last-second shot type deal in that game. But, again, I want to see a little bit more from these freshmen, and if they keep playing the way they are, I think Iowa State can get that one too. Then I believe the Cyclones go on the road, Kansas State.
And Kansas State's playing great basketball. I don't see us winning at Kansas State. Manhattan is tough for them, and I kind of see almost a Texas kind of game there. We'll be in it for a while, but their guard out front is tough. I can't even think of his name.
Jake Poland.
Yeah, he's really All-American kind of quality. I really think Kansas State pulls away late for a 10-point win.
This is a basketball team playing the best they've played all season right now.
Yeah.
They could win out.
They could.
They really could.
They could win the Big 12 tournament.
You're not kidding.
They have that kind of potential.
Speaking of the Big 12 tournament, I'm going to make another bold prediction right now. I don't know who the matchup is. I think Iowa State's got a really good shot to maybe upset somebody, sneak up on somebody.
They do.
On Wednesday in the Big 12 tournament. I'll say this. And that's kind of crazy considering I don't know the matchup. However, Tim, I believe in karma, that type of deal. And I feel like the basketball gods owe Iowa State something. They've lost all these close games. I think, listen, this team hasn't been blown out all year, okay? This isn't a deal where you show up expecting the team to lose by 20, 25 points. They've been in close games. And there's no reason to think whoever they meet, they're going to be the 12th seed. There's no reason to think whoever they meet, they can't keep it close. I think that the basketball gods owe something to Iowa State, so I'm not going to go out here and say they're going to win because I don't even know who they're going to play. But don't sleep on Iowa State come that Wednesday of the Big 12 tournament.
I think in the tournament, there's as proven through the year that Iowa State's competitive with probably 80% of the league. There's that upper echelon, the Kansas, the Texas, maybe Kansas State as we talked about earlier, Texas A&M in that category. That probably day in, day out, and in a tournament situation, we don't have a lot of shot at unless something would happen unusual. The rest of the league, I think we can play with. So
totally
you have an opportunity to win 1, maybe 2 games, and then it gets really, really rough.
There's a good chance, though, Tim, that you get a Nebraska, that you get a Baylor, that you get a Colorado in the first round of the Big 12 tournament. Even at Kansas State, who you've seen Iowa State play with, that's not a favorable matchup, neither is Missouri. But I'm saying the right team gets placed there. Who knows?
Yeah,
Who knows?
That next year, after I mentioned the Missouris and the Baylors are still very good ball clubs, so it's a tough league.
Yep.
But I go along with you. I think the first game of the tournament is Iowa State's. I think we're going to win one.
We're looking forward to it. We'll be down there covering it for CycloneFanatic.com.
It'll be a great time.
As always, Tim, it's been a good time today talking a little hoops with you, and hopefully we get a win tonight. Maybe.
It's been a good season, Chris, and I think we got a lot to look forward to in the next upcoming seasons with the Cyclone.
All right, thanks, Tim. We appreciate it.
Yeah, enjoyed it.
Stop on by and tell Tim hello. You need to get your spring wear. It's golf season's just around the corner. You got polos. You got bright ties.
Bright ties. Beautiful bright ties. But we came through a little spring fever here the last couple. Actually, for the last 2 weeks. Now it's a little chilly, but remember, spring's just around the corner, and we're ready for you at Mr. B in Clive, Iowa. 276-8589. Give a shout out to one of the salespeople and say hello to us.
All right, we will see you later. See you at the keg stand tonight for the Cyclone Fanatic Wilson Toyota post-game show. We'll be watching that. Tron Smith and I will be there hanging out watching the game tonight, 7 o'clock tip at Texas. Take care, everybody.